Hey everybody, and welcome to Healing Heartbreakers. I'm Jackie Jing, and I am with Matt Papadia, and this is
Hello.
episode 2. I'm so excited. Matt, we're on this healing journey, and I'm gonna be putting you on the spot right off the bat here. You tweeted something out pretty recently, and I just was like, okay, this has to be our episode 2 topic for sure. So I just want to read it out for everybody. Matt said, heartbreak begins the minute you start to compromise yourself. Be loud about who you are, the music you love, the dreams you have, the hobbies that embody you. You are a million intricate pieces that deserve tending to, and most of all, deserve your pride. And that got a ton of retweets and likes, understandably. But I wanted to ask you, what did you think was like the main message you wanted to put out when you put that out? Like, you're like, okay, I hope people got this.
Um, don't change yourself for someone else. Don't shape yourself to be someone else's perfect fit. Make sure that you are true to yourself, and every color that wants to show in you, you let it show. Because then it turns dark. If you don't, it turns dark across the board. It's just not good.
Man, I don't even know where to start on this one.
Yeah.
So I recently, so I mean I've said this repeatedly. I'm all about like self-help, and like I read a bunch of different books,
Yeah.
and I'm always like looking for different ways to regulate my nervous system, because it is a very frazzled, messed up nervous system, because of lots of trauma, from childhood and self-induced, to be honest. But so recently I started working with this guy. He's called the Crazy Hair Chemist, and I know that sounds like wild, but basically
Scared. Scared.
yeah, I know, right?
Did
Well,
you
it's
cut your hair
interesting.
off? Did you
No, well,
cut your hair?
I had to cut a little piece off and give it to
Okay.
him, and he looked at like the mineral intake of my yeah, no, dead ass. Like, and I'm telling you right now, like I'm going all out to regulate my nervous system, but it was crazy because he was talking to me about all these different mineral readings, and he basically was like, you deal with suppressing your anger too much,
Wow.
and you have like a lot of resentment, and so it's like really messed up the minerals in your body.
Wow.
And I was just like, dude, can you call me out like any harder than that, and it's like, it's just was like my whole life. I love my parents now. Like, I don't want to say anything. Like, I have a really good relationship with my mom and my dad now, but my dad is a Gemini, my mom is a Scorpio. I think that's enough fucking said if you're into astrology. Like, these were two really big personalities that tend to be a little bit self-centered and narcissistic. Sorry if there's Scorpios and Geminis doing backflips right now. I'm an Aries, so we're fucked up too. So I like, sorry, Geminis and Scorpios. I'm in the same crazy boat with y'all. But growing up, like, they were just big personalities, and I never wanted them to be upset. So it was like, my dad was the CEO of a big corporation. My mom was a runway model who was just like stupidly attractive, and they were just used to everyone doing what they said. You know what I mean? Like, they're both very good looking people, very charismatic. And it was like, if you didn't listen to them, like, literally, it was like the world crumbling. So like, I learned to just do whatever they said, and I compromised myself so much, right? And so what did I continue to do after I left the house and I didn't have to compromise for anyone anymore? I continued to operate in that operating system. So I dated guys who were super controlling. I put myself in a work position, like I'm in entertainment, where people are constantly picking on you, and like, you're not doing enough, and you know what I mean, like, you're constantly falling short, and you're trying to dance and keep them happy. And I literally have just continuously put myself in this operating system.
Yeah.
And I've had to take a hard look at myself and be like, why? Like, why? And your tweet could not have come at a better moment, because like, Loki, I have been, I can say this on camera, I have been addicted to fuckboys for most of my life. You know what I mean? Like, I have a fuckboy addiction, and it's terrible. And I've dated a couple really, really amazing human beings. Like, I can say I've dated like a couple very nice human beings, but I was not healed and like could not recognize their greatness. Um, but you know, I've been doing a lot of healing and I started dating a guy pretty recently. And I found myself just compromising for him all the time. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, well, he likes to go out all the time and I should let him go out and not bother him, you know? And oh, he doesn't want to hang out on the weekends. Well, I don't want to bother him, you know? And I just found myself just compromising, you know?
Yes.
And I was like, he doesn't I mean, he's not happy with me. He's obviously out like going out and having a good time and probably talking to other girls. And then it's like for me, like I'm unhappy, you know? So I literally went out to dinner with him and then I was like, I'm gonna tell him how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna be like, yo, like this is how I feel.
I know how it ended.
We went and got sushi and it was really fun and nice. And he even gave me a little gift and I didn't say fucking shit. I didn't say anything. And then I called my friend and I was like about to cry and I was just like, I was supposed to talk to him about all this stuff and like I didn't, you know, like I just was like too afraid. And she was like, just call him right now and say it, you know? And I was like, you know, I'm going to do it. So then I called him and I just said my piece and he was like, we're in different stages of our life and I'm just not interested, you know? And I was just like, okay, cool. You know, like I was like, cool, like it's over. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to try. You know,
Right.
like I don't need to continue to compromise myself to make this person happy anymore. And honestly, like should I have seen that he was a fuckboy from the get and not even entertained him? Yes. But you know what? I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because this one only lasted like a couple months. You know what I mean? Like it's progress for me. But like I saw your tweet and I was literally like, why am I dating these guys and I'm just like immediately like how do I cater to them, how do I cater to them, how do I cater to them? And that's because that's been my operating system for most of my life is I literally go into how do I cater, that's like just how it was.
How do I keep the peace? How do I
Yeah.
keep? How do I keep things good?
Yeah.
When so much shit happens to you, you need to keep the good because the second you start to feel an earthquake, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's get the things back into place. And it's like, no, fuck that. Let the earthquake happen, bitch. Because I don't move now though. Now I'm in the ground. I'm good. I'm founded, bro. You know, and I found for myself in a lot of my relationships in my 20s where and I still don't have clarification, right? I would end and I would do long distance relationships a lot. And my first long distance relationship, it kind of ended very abruptly and out of nowhere. The guy was cheating. I was 21, 22, whatever. And it broke me. I'm like, okay, what did I do wrong? All right, maybe I wasn't funny enough. Wait, was I not masculine enough? Wait, did I not? Okay, and I would go through my head and there would be like this little tape recorder because that's just how I am. I'm so OCD with my books and my notes. Like if I want something done, I get it done and I study it. So I started studying myself. And then I'm dating again throughout my 20s and I'm still studying myself while I'm dating. And then I'm expecting to find the right one by dating them, by not being myself, by always criticizing my action and saying, let's play the puppet game. Don't tell them you like Pokemon. They may think you're a nerd. Like little things like that. Don't order popcorn. You said you went to the gym today. Don't you want to see little crazy things like that? And that voice just keeps happening and happening and happening until you realize, okay, all of that is not going to bring me to the end goal. It may bring me to someone's bed tonight, but every good thing in life is about delaying gratification. So if I want that end goal with someone who loves me like fuck, I don't know how else to say it, then I have to be able to be courageous enough, and it takes courage to say, all right, these are every single things about me, and I embrace it all. I like Broadway music and I work out. What's up, bro?
That's the best.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I could call you bro and watch Drag Race that same night. We are multi-dimensional people and we're compromising ourselves. And some of us are more layered than others. And the worst part is it's the most layered people that compromise themselves the most because they take layers away. Why do we do that? I want a 7-layer cake, not this basic ass 1-layer vanilla cake Chad who doesn't even return my call.
Oh my God, I love you so much. I
We
could
got layers,
cry.
baby. And we only have one cake. We don't have cake to feed the world. So fucking save those slices, you know?
I think one thing is so you talking about the layers, right? Like I don't know how you feel, but like I know for me, like as a woman, my whole life I've been told like you were too much, like you need to tone it down, like you're scaring guys away. You know what I mean? Like I've been told that like so many times, and you have no idea how much that fucks with you to be heard. I mean, actually, I'm sure you do. Like that's why we're doing this podcast is because I think
No, no,
you've
no,
heard
no.
it.
Yes, and not to cut you off, but
Yeah,
it is fact that women get a harsher commentary socially if you come across as strong as a man.
yeah.
You guys, it's not fair, it's not right, but definitely people will always say, well, a guy with a big personality is confident, a woman with a big personality is annoying. You know what I mean? Like that's way
100%.
too much. Way too,
Yeah.
she's trying too hard. What are you talking about? What are you talking
I
about?
know. And I think it's like been really hard on me because I've like I think I've spent I'm turning 35 like in a week, you know. Crazy. Where does the time go? But it's like I look back and I just feel like I've always known who I was, but all I've been doing is like hiding her and just like or trying to compromise to other people and not fully being myself. And it's interesting because like I said recently with this guy, it like I was like I cut it off a lot earlier than I would because I was just like why am I I'm not happy. Like yes, this guy is 6'3" and super hot and he makes me laugh all the time and he slides in my DMs. I'm like, well, we don't have anything deeper than that. Like, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to Netflix and chill with me and he doesn't want to like go for a hike with me and like spend quality time with me. Like it's just like that's so surface level, you know?
Exactly.
And it's just like I wish that I stopped compromising myself earlier. But was dating another guy roughly around the same time, and this guy he was like we only dated a week and a half, but he was pushing sex like fucking crazy and it was really bothering me. Like I was like, dude, like we had great conversations, there was physical attraction, we both liked video games, we're both into the same music, like so many boxes were checked off and I was just like this is great and I was feeling as passionate as he was, but he just like kept on pushing sex and I was just like can you chill on it a little bit. Like I was like just for me, like I just want to build that level of trust with you. And he got like super pissed about it and was like writing me like giant essays about it and I was just like okay. And I was like okay, let's just like chill on this and just write it off as you're a more sexual person. I just need to a little bit more trust and like and I just needed to be a little bit more patient, you
And
know. And then
that's an amazing.
which is me authentic and you know I was really proud of myself because I'm
I
speaking
think
my truth, right?
you weren't like you're a man whore trying to put that in me.
No, I was just like hey, can like we have like a conversation about this.
You
And then
like
he
to play Settlers of Catan and drink some green tea.
exactly like get to know each other, right? And then he was like I gotta sleep on this, I gotta sleep on this. And I was just
You
like
ain't sleeping on this, baby.
that's why I was like, okay, if
What
you
you
gotta
doing?
sleep, I was like, if you gotta sleep on this, when I've been nice and compromised and said, like, you're a little more sexual than me, I'm gonna try to adjust to that, but you gotta also adjust to me needing more
Right,
time, you know? Like,
right.
compromise, right? And then he was like, I need to think about this more. But I was like, well, I don't. I was like, so if you need to, I'm like, I'm good on it. Like, I'm like, we're good.
Yo,
And
flat out.
I've never done this, but I literally hung up the phone and I blocked him on everything.
Oh, baby, you have to
I
do it.
blocked him on everything. I was like, I don't like, you know what? I'm 100% being myself. I'm compromising a little bit here. Like, I feel like was a really nice, kind compromise. And it's like, bro, like if you can't meet me and you're gonna be throwing a temper tantrum, and I, you know what? Like, I was like, I even started second guessing myself and been like, should I have given him space and let him think about it? And I was like, you know what? Like maybe
Yeah.
maybe other people would have. For me being authentic to Jackie, I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to have to deal with him thinking about it all night and it being in his hand. Like, and you know what? Some people might call that abandonment issues or whatever. It's like, it's fine. Like, I just knew in my heart of hearts, like, we weren't in alignment. And it was just like, I was like, I'm not messing with this anymore. Like, I'm
Listen,
not.
if you breathe and just slow down your breathing and really focus on your breath, it, like you said before about settling your nervous system, it brings you back to present. and it really helps you find that your North Star, right? Whether
Yeah.
that's someone or whatever, but that grounding voice is so important. And you know, number one, no one should ever pressure you into sex. Like,
Thank you.
I don't care if I don't want to have sex 3 months from now. You just say, okay, like I'm not there. I would love to have sex within 3 months, blah, 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 but you don't get angry at someone. That's just childish. And
A
honestly,
week and a half. Like I was like, okay, like
honestly, it's like that's kind of a scary behavior. Like that's not someone because I don't. That's kind of pressuring you, kind of pushing you to do it.
100%.
Kind
Yeah.
of like asserting anger as let's not even go there, but I don't like it.
All I know was like something was going off, and I think and this would be a great topic for another time, but when you're traumatized, you become disconnected to your radar. Like for me, I was constantly catering to narcissists. Sorry, mom and dad, I love you. You've done your healing and you're a lot better now. But it was like at the time, like my radar was broken because my parents weren't ever like, hey, I'm betraying your trust right now and I'm making you do something over the top. They didn't say that. So
Right.
like my radar was like people would constantly be asking me things or would just do something nice, and my radar was so off because I'm like, wow, someone's doing something nice for me. My radar's not picking up because I'm not used to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like when they would be it just so many things, my radar was fucked, for lack of a better word. And so like if you're like Matt and I, where you've gone through a lot of trauma, like you really need to work on fixing your radar. And it's crazy because it's like my radar was it was a little janky with the guy I said that I dated for like 2 months. Like it was picking up something, but it was like it wasn't quite clear. The second guy, it was like right away, like this ain't good. This ain't good. So it's like my radar is getting there. I think like the big thing is like we have to just constantly like you need to get your radar working, people. I don't know what else to say. Like my radar is like under heavy construction right now. That's all I'm trying to say.
But on that same vein, when you don't compromise yourself and every party is out there and bold to begin with, it's like fucking bug spray, bitch. Like it'll keep the gnats away. So you keep your radar good, but also like
I'm spraying the room.
Yeah, if you keep you good, your whole radius, they're gonna be out of it. They're not even gonna be in your radar.
Yeah.
So that's why the healing starts with you.
And you know what, Matt? I think like so you and I, we've tried to like cater to people so much. Like we want everyone to like us. You know what I mean? Like we want everyone to like us. And that's like something we've both had to really work on.
100%.
Like when that guy was like, yeah, I'm just not that into, like, I don't want something long term. Like old Jackie would have been like, well, let's just keep on hooking up and we'll see what happens. Or you know what I mean? Like she would have done anything to keep him somehow. And I was like, okay, have a nice life. You know what I mean? Like, and same with the other guy. The other guy's like, well, I got to think about it. I'm like, well, I don't need to cater to your ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like when you are authentically yourself and you are speaking your truth, it filters people. And I think like it sucked before when I would be myself and then I would see people being pushed away. But now I'm just like, that's the magic trick but yeah.
I also think like growing up, I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. And, but I'm raised Christian, whatever. So I'm always like, love people with all your heart, like be kind to people. And I still truly believe in all that. And I've realized that you could still love people and not trust them, right? You just love them for the person that they are. But what my problem was, I would love these people and I would trust them like they would do what I do, like they feel how I feel. And I'm not going to say anyone's wrong. They were just different people with different hurts and different journeys, right? And it's like, I don't know. That's
going to be a podcast episode on its own. I'm like, I got to take notes and make sure our producer Alex is getting this. We got to do one on expectations.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Well, I don't want us to go too far ahead of ourselves because this is the end of episode 2. But Matt, like, thank you so much. Like these last 2 episodes have been like so fun. And again, we just want to wrap up every episode saying like, please follow us on social media. I'm at Jackie Jing. Matt, spell yours because I can't.
Matt Tabadia. MATTPAPPADIA. One more time. MATTPAPPADIA. You know what? One episode, you're going to do it. One of these episodes.
Okay, I'm gonna have a cheat sheet and make sure that I spell it right. But please follow us, and then if you want to engage in this conversation, like please shoot us a DM. If you want us to answer a question for you, we're more than happy to do that. And please, if you don't already, subscribe to the podcast, and yeah, just keep on showing us love and support, and we appreciate y'all.
We love you guys. Thanks for coming by.
Love you.
Love you,
Bye.
Dax.